Going to be hitting the painting again this morning. Got all excited. I got up at 5 o'clock this morning, and I got a message from Australian Greg, who asked me how the storms was I affected by the storms in Florida. And we got a rain swath that came through yesterday for about an hour. Nothing crazy. So I'm like, yeah, it wasn't really a big deal. I wasn't even affected by any of it. And then I happened to look at the radar, and yeah, in about 30 minutes, we're going to be getting thunderstorms and everything. So I don't know how long we're going to be on here, unfortunately. Man, I really wanted to do this till like 8 o'clock in the morning. So Mother Nature strikes again. So we will see what that entails and do our best, because I absolutely detest lightning. Okay. Yeah, and you guys will probably hear thunder or whatever in the background. Let's take a look at this guy and make sure we went far enough with the last dry brush color. Because it got cut off a little short. And I don't think I did. Let me bring this back. Let's put a little bit more of this and finish this up. Yeah, I really didn't want to quit painting yesterday. We had a good group of people. We had about 13 folks that consistently were on, and we had some good discussions, but sometimes real life happens. So I apologize. I really did not want to get off. Just a little bit more dry brushing that we're going to do on here. And then it should be done. And then we're going to do a little cheat I'll show you guys about. I don't know if cheat's the fair way of calling it, but just look, a couple places kind of looked a little weak on this. All right, let's freshen up this black around the edges, which actually, I thought I may have already done that before. Yeah, it's actually okay. All right. Right, let's get out Elmer's glue, or PVA, as you folks like to call it across the pond. Is there just no one in the United Kingdom named Elmer? That's why you guys call it PVA. It doesn't even say that this is. Ingredients for that. Yeah. First time I was like, PVA glue. What the hell's PVA glue? Oh, it's polyvinyl acrylate. I'm like, well, that sounds complicated. Oh, it's just white glue. I'm like, well, just call it Elmer's then. This is like the first glue you get introduced as a human as a human being in the United States. This shit right here, it's about useless for anything else other than you know, kid stuff at school and doing hobby stuff. I know there's several people that swear by this stuff. I don't. I use it hardly for anything at all. I don't have a lot of confidence in it. It reactivates with water, so that's kind of a deal breaker for me. But it works good for this that I use it for. But good old Elmer's glue. Oh, we got some people coming on here. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, Harvey. For those of you that missed, I got my weather report from Australia and find out that in about 30 minutes we're going to be bombarded with thunderstorms. So you guys might hear those in the background. I am absolutely terrified of lightning. I'm not kidding. I do not screw around with lightning. I was scared straight, I think, by my mom. And yeah, can't shower, can't go. I just it's like a duck and cover moment with lightning. So I don't. Remember that scene in was it the first Indiana Jones movie? I think it was from Raiders of the Lost Ark when he opens the thing. I said, "Why did it have to be snakes?" I'm like, "Why did it have to be lightning for me?" So we will see how long we can go before we have to close this thing down, which is a shame because I really wanted to get like 2-3 hours of painting done. But we will go as long as we can go. This is what I wanted to do. So Mother Nature strikes again. But with all that said, I would rather have a storm day today than tomorrow because for what I do for a living, having a day where there's rain and especially lightning is just absolutely horrible. I have to go in and out and check vehicles, like loads and stuff on a truck. It's a big part of what I do. And yeah, I don't step outside in the yard in the middle of a lightning storm. They don't pay me enough. Actually, there's no amount of money I would do that for. I don't screw around with that. So, and I don't know that I've had a really bad experience. I know other people whose grandkids were at a beach one time and just a random lightning came and took them out. So yeah, that's some evil freaking shit right there. Is lightning. So I don't screw around with that. We'll stay on here as long as we can. This is what we want to do today, anyways. Unfortunately, I couldn't do my long painting session yesterday, which is what I really wanted to do. We had a good group of folks on here. Some good discussion was going on, but it just didn't work out. I had to go take our 2 cars for preventative maintenance, also known as an oil change. And our leases are about to expire in a few months, and we got to start looking at other vehicles. It's not likely we're going to be able to stay with the same brand we've been with for almost 10 years now. It just 2021 has kind of been a bummer as far as availability of vehicles, unbeknownst to me. I've said it before, I live kind of in this fantasy island where there's not really a pandemic, especially with work and everything. So I get out in the outside world and the place you guys are struggling in, and I'm like, how come there's no cars on the lot? Oh, well, there's been availability issues. I'm like, what? Oh, you know? So, um, so we did that, came back, got my exercise in, did some video gaming. What else? Went out to dinner. Good day yesterday. Yesterday was a win. So, not going to complain. But I would have liked to get more painting done than I did. Because I know I'm not going to get any done during the week. It just is impossible to happen. It's impossible to happen, but it's okay. We're not in a race to get these guys done by a certain time. We just would like to get these guys done so I can start seriously thinking about what the next army is going to be. First world problems, right? Okay. So I just thought about something. Yesterday is one of the few days I wish I lived in Europe. Well, for one aspect of it. See, in Europe, the vehicles you guys pay a ton for gas, so that's kind of a deal breaker. But in Europe, most vehicles, if I am correct in this, are standard. It's difficult to get an automatic, and I am dying to get back into standard. I mean, like, I sold my second born for getting this. No, I'm kidding. I never had one of those, but I'm dying to get into standard, and I have been strongly suggested that I need to wait until the next cycle to have my midlife crisis. So, and I'm like, I'm having it now. I'm having a midlife crisis now. So, I've got to wait, I guess, 3 more years to get something more fun to drive than just a sedan. They don't make very many vehicles that are stick shifts here in the United States. They don't. I mean, they make one. There's some brands that don't make any stick shift cars. I mean, they may make them in Europe. Um, to give you an example, not that I'm really in the market for one, but one that springs to mind is, I believe, Audi. There is no Audis in the United States imported that have stick shifts, and that's probably that's going to blow your guys' mind away. Probably thinking about it because you know I just don't see the point of driving a sporty car and it not be a stick shift. It doesn't have to be a, you know, GTR, but, not that I'm in the market for something like that, but, you know, they just don't make them here. Americans are stupid. There you go. I'm going to side with you guys. Um, Here's a DBA question for you. If a general is pushed back into an artillery element, does the general morph into an artillery element? No. So that's an interesting question because if somebody recoils into an artillery element, the artillery may not recoil, it'll get them killed. Or maybe it does, and it's the only situation where it does. I don't know. I can't look up rules this early in the morning. Damn it, we're talking about cars. No, but seriously, people in this country are just, I don't know, I don't get it. My first car I ever bought, not the first car I ever drove, because, I had to drive a vehicle that wasn't mine, parents' car. First car I ever bought, I know how to drive a stick shift, and I bought it anyways, and I never regretted it. I loved it. I loved doing that, but I haven't driven that car since 2008. So I've had to suffer with an automatic ever since then. So the thing that surprised me is if stats are to be believed, you actually get better gas mileage with an automatic than you do with a standard. Supposedly. Well, yeah, you're not gunning it and having fun with an automatic. Paddle shifters don't help. Most cars actually have paddle shifters but it's not the same. I use them a little bit, but it's not the same thing. So, yeah, you guys are lucky. Or I should say, maybe you're not lucky because then, your gas is so expensive, and I'm sure your cars, you guys get taxed out the teeth for them. But there is an other version of this. I know it's the one with the little froofy plants. Let's get that one out. At least like to get a little bit of a variety on here. I thought these were here. This is leftover one. Getting really low on this stuff. I'm army painter. Where's this made? Oh, Portugal. Good. I will happily support folks in Portugal by buying more of this stuff. Yeah, I was going to buy some Games Workshop Toughs. They look neat. They're made in China. It's ridiculous. Nope, not going to do it. Nope. Don't need them that bad. What do we got here? Audi probably don't offer 6 shifts here either, really. Audi's Autobox would come with paddle shift options. Do you fellas still have 55-mile-per-hour? It depends on the state. No, we don't. It is 70 on our interstates, and obviously it's less than that in smaller roads. They do this thing that's stupid here that, see, I would do the speed limit based on the condition of the road, and you'll have a 2-lane road that the speed limit will be 60 on, and a 4-lane where it's 45. And I'm not talking about in the middle of the city. I'm talking about out in the. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I couldn't be in government. I wouldn't be able to stand it more than 15 seconds. But yeah, I don't speed at all. My wife claims I'm a grandma. I'm not going to pay. I've gotten a few speeding tickets in my life, not very many, and it's always been because I've driven with a flow, not because I was standing out or I was in a hurry. So I really go out of my way to. I use cruise control a lot, constantly, and I don't speed. I don't speed because I'm not going to give that. I'm not going to pay that donation to the to the government. I'm just not going to do it. Not voluntarily. So, but speed isn't what's dangerous. I mean, I have no problem. Like if I get in your car and you want to go 70 in a 60-mile-an-hour zone or something like that, as long as you're not driving recklessly or getting too close to the person in front of me, I'm good. Because a speeding ticket's your problem. Okay, like you get on the interstate, you'd probably go 90 and be fine. The problem is you're going to get a speeding ticket, and you're going to be weaving in and out of traffic, and that's where the problem becomes. Or you'll be like most people around here that want to read a book or text someone while they're driving down the road. That's just insane. So I don't make a good passenger. I like being the person in control. But yeah, I don't speed because of not because it's not fun. So when I'm looking for a fun vehicle, I'm interested in 0 to 60 capability because that you can use. You know, you can get up the speed, you can get on the interstate up the speed quickly. It doesn't matter that your car can't go over 130 miles an hour, 120, even over 100. You're never going to use that. It's the poking along is that's the useful part. You know, not that I want a slow car. I'm just saying, I'm just being realistic. What's important. This car can go 200 miles an hour. Okay, well that's nice. You're never going to use that. You know. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to wait probably 3 more years to get a stick shift. I think her exact words, "You can get whatever you want." Well, I could do that now, but To which I replied, okay, it's going to cost you. It's just a car, folks, you know. I don't get too excited about it, but I would like something a little fun to drive on my daily commute, etc. So, okay. All right. I think we can call these guys done. Ah, crappy lighting. Ah, with a hand background and the storms all the way in the back. For folks, if you're just joining us, I don't know how long we'll be able to stay on here because of the storms. German autobahns are great. Some are still destricted, no speed limit, and driving standards are high. Drivers do overtake and pull back over. Storms getting clearer. So what's on the agenda tonight? Yeah, storms are getting closer. We'll be overwhelmed here in about a half hour, I figured. Well, tonight, well, I don't know what's on the agenda tonight. This morning, I was planning on painting. So here's the here's the last two elements that we did. Where's my little block? There you go. So you can find where the focus point is of this camera. Man, it looks so yellow. Okay, now we've got Mr. Warwagon to do now. So we're going to talk about our little cheat. So here are the elements that are going to go into this. We got a Warwagon, we got 4 guys. Now my cheat is, I already have 4 guys here primed. Okay, and I believe some of these match to. Oh, I can't do that because I want to shave their bases down more. See, the last guys I put, no, but those are going to go on the ground. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we can do that. Perfect. This is the guy with the boots, and this is the guy without the boots. So I'll just take those 2 guys and replace these 2 with them. And now I've got 2 guys already primed, so we can start working on them. Okay? And then these guys we still have to file down because these are going on the ground. These 2. So the fact that their base is a little thicker doesn't really matter. It's these guys that are going to be mounted on the actual wagon. We're gonna thin down their basing a little bit. Your phone's about 3 seconds ahead of watching it on my TV. Wow, you really got nothing to do out there. Then you can see like it's in Panavision, Panavision, Panavision. I'm sorry, you said 3 seconds. Panavision, Panavision, Panavision. Okay, there you go. Yeah, the rain's coming. The rain. I just do not like lightning. I don't know, Greg, if you saw her earlier. You know, lightning for me is like that scene for Indiana Jones where he opens the cover of that thing and says, "Snakes. Why'd it have to be snakes? Like, why'd it have to be lightning?" I absolutely hate lightning. I thought you meant about the little storm that rolled through here. I'm glad you gave me your weather report. I wouldn't have known that Armageddon was coming. Maybe it'll lose. It's totally dark right now, and it's very unusual in Florida that it rains in the darkness. I mean, do you have a storm in the darkness? It's pretty unusual. Now, I've been told, the lightning capital of the United States, Florida. Lucky me. But we have the least amount of earthquakes, as like none. So that's good. All right. So, well, there you go. Yeah, we get another one like that. I'm gonna disconnect. I don't want to lose my phone, or I'm gonna go unplug my TV and stuff like that. I'm paranoid about shit like that. I don't care that it's covered under insurance or whatever. I don't need a hassle. Oh well, so much for that. Here I wanted to paint. I'm not doing anything exciting anyways. I'm trying to find my little clipper so I can clip off the edge of these stands. do that. I don't know how much lower I can go with this. And everything was fine and dandy until Greg told me we were going to have a big storm, and then we did. But it's better than having this weather tomorrow, because this is literally a living hell day for me at work to have this kind of stuff happen. I'm not going to go out in the yard and check things while that's happening. I don't get paid to get hit by lightning. Hey, everybody's scared of different stuff. Some people with snakes. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna cut off, folks. Wasn't that close, but it's just a matter of time. So sorry about it. If the weather gets better later today, maybe we'll connect back on. But gonna sign out for this one. See you later.